Russ, oh, what a baby. Yes, he just, yes. Oh, there's very, whoa! Check this one out. See that thing come alive? Hi, everybody. It's your long-lost Crawdad and Rusty. Yeah, it's been quite a while since we put any kind of video out. Mostly because it's been winter here and cold and snowy, but the snow is melting away, the sun is coming out. We could use much more snow at the end of January and into February, but take what we can get for now and enjoy it because the sun is beautiful. It'll allow me to get out and get some video shots of some of the tumbling stones that we've been working on. Wanted to show you today some of the finished Obsidian that we collected up at the Glass Buttes, because some of them turned out to be quite surprising, and I look forward to showing that to you. Also, right, Russ, oh, what a baby. Yes, he just, yes, oh yeah. Let me show you my tumbling setup. It wasn't that long ago I finished this up. In fact, the Obsidian was my first batch using this setup. For a long time I've used a single Lortone 3-pound tumbler, but I wanted to expand on that, and with the stuff that I've collected and adding another barrel, I've got a 3-barrel system. Let's check it out. I started off by picking up some of these little inexpensive pillow block bearings and some stainless steel rod to go through them, enough for 3-pound tumblers. I was actually inspired by this by gaining this motor. I needed to order a motor to replace a bathroom fan at work, and when I ordered it they sent me the wrong one. I told them, they said, well, we'll send you the right one, you just keep that one and find something to use it for. And I thought, what am I going to use a fan motor for? Well, I found something. Picked up a couple of these pulleys to put on, one for this shaft size and one for these. I think those are 10mm stainless steel shafts, and made a little aluminum mount for it. Used a little seal box to make a switch box for it so that it can switch on and off. I found that the motor is pretty hot, and I didn't want it to get too hot. It can be pretty hot out here in the little shop in the middle of the summer. So I found, I'll show you this thing. I think this fan here was off of an old heater, and I did have to reduce the size, and I found the part of a frame that would go over a commercial kind of light bulb. And that really expands on what I can do. This barrel here, the one that looks kind of worn out, is because it has been rolling in a tumbler for, I would say, the last 9 years or so. This one I've only had for a couple of years. It's also a Lortone, what is it, a 3A? A 3-pound 3A. And this one here I found on Amazon. It's clear plastic, and actually all of these barrels, I wouldn't recommend this one. It is the most difficult to use. It's kind of nice to see that there's something going on inside, but it's so stiff that it's really hard to use. It works fine, but getting the top out of this thing is very difficult. It fits really tight. The rubber and the plastic fit really tight together. It also doesn't have a groove, so I have to run it up against that one to keep it centered, which is fine. But these are really, it was what I could find on Amazon. I think it was $30 or something like that. Anyway, I don't recommend them. These rubber ones, if you can pick up these rubber style to make something as simple as this, those are good. I have all my grits lined up here. Try to buy them in bulk and keep them in these containers because it's far less expensive in bulk. Get my grit from Johnson Brothers. Try to get it in larger 5-pound, because with 3 I go through quite a bit of grit. One of the things I found was the stainless steel rod was a little too slippery for turning, so I added some vinyl tubing onto them, and that works really great. This has been going for close to 12 weeks non-stop and absolutely no issues. The belt is just one of those little kind you melt the ends and stick them together, and so I can keep making as many belts as I want. There's very very, whoa! Whoa! I was gonna say there's very little pressure on the belt. Okay, there's very little pressure on the belt, so they last. It should last a long time. My system for tumbling is 80, 220, 600, and then the polish with borax. And I do a cleaning tumble, about an hour of borax, a minimum of an hour of borax between the grits, just to make sure everything, including the tumbler, is clean. It's a little bit of a hassle to run it one more time for an hour, but it works for me. I use ceramic pellets in all tumbling. For Obsidian, I have to also add these plastic beads. The nice thing about these ceramic beads is they don't collect any grit. So once they've gone through the little 1 hour cleaning, they're fine to use in the next grit. On the other hand, these plastic beads have to be used for a specific grit once they've been used. So if I use it for 80 grit, then I can only use those beads for 80 grit from then on. So I keep them in little containers like this. So that's stage number 2, and that's their beads. So these are used beads. I can reuse them, just add a few more as necessary. The same with the others. So there's my tumbling process. Let me show you some of the results. Most of the stuff we picked up that was small, we got in 3 areas. We got some from that gold sheen area up on the hill. I got some from that little Aurora Borealis. We weren't even sure what Aurora Borealis is. And then there's a few other ones that don't have either gold sheen or Aurora Borealis. They probably came from that Midnight Lace area at Glass Buttes. These two, I kind of think they came from there because they look like black obsidian until you stick something behind it that has light, and then here, I'll show you this one first. And then you can see they're virtually clear with just little laces of black in there. It's almost like a magnifying glass. Here's some of the Aurora Borealis. And I'm like, what is Aurora Borealis? Well, this is, you see that in there? You get it in the right light. You get like a reflection or refraction in there. And it just shines back at you. Pretty amazing. Here's another one. These are the smallest ones, and it's just a matter of turning it till you see it. See it shining? That whole end right there, and then it shines through. It just kind of appears and moves just like a real Aurora Borealis. See it right there on that edge. Depending, we got some better ones here. Here's another little one. Aurora Borealis. Where is it? It is right there, right on the edge. Taught me a lot about how to cut these when I want to cut them as like gemstones, to cut all across the flat of it to pull that out. Here's a little bit larger one, and let's see, it's right, oh, there it is. See the flash of the Aurora Borealis. Now most of these broke the wrong direction. When we picked them up, they were going the wrong direction, so you don't get as much. But when they are the right direction, like these, you get a lot more of the Aurora. Check this one out. You see that thing come alive? Those are really cool. Now this one's both a good and a bad sample. It's good in that the Aurora Borealis is just going the right direction, so you can pick up a lot of it. And what you see here, what makes it look like that, you have some refraction inside, but you also have some curved glass that you can see through, and that makes it grow. Look at this side. You almost can't get away from it. It's just beautiful. This one here is approaching refraction of color as well. You can see just a little bit of rainbowy color coming through there. Now, this is the hard part of tumbling glass. Especially Obsidian, which has natural fractures in it, like that one right there. I need to tumble that one at the whole thing, starting again with a new week at the beginning. But you can see, as I turn this around, you'll see there's a fracture over here as well. And that's not nice for a finished product. Now here's some pieces with some gold sheen in them. The gold sheen seems to appear most in the obsidian that has red in it, the mahogany color. This one has mahogany on the end, which is where the gold sheen is right there, but it's also virtually clear. There's another gold sheen. Get it the right way. Do you see that? Isn't that beautiful? That gold sheen? And it seems it'll be just the opposite. There again, just a nice piece of mahogany. Okay. Here's a little one with some gold sheen. It's just a mahogany obsidian. But then if you get it in the right light, going the right way, it comes alive with some gold. There's gold in them there stones. Here's my largest piece of gold sheen. You can see it in there. Beautiful piece of mahogany obsidian. I do still have a scratch right in there. Sometimes scratches can happen because it's kind of soft while you're tumbling, but still a very pretty piece. Now, this last piece is my favorite. Save the favorite for last. And it is just a really nice mahogany obsidian chunk. But here again, this one's got almost like a little magnifier glass on that end to show off the gold sheen. And then on this end, you can see a lot more of it. So you get it going the right way. There you see the gold sheen. And if you get it the right way, that whole side shines. See if I can get it to work here. There we go. Can you see it? It's beautiful. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Isn't that sun gorgeous? I know you can't see my face very well. Well, that's your advantage. Anyway, I know some of you wanted to see what the obsidian would look like polished, and so I picked out 2 barrels worth of those the small pieces that we collected. I hope in the future that I'll be able to cut some of these in the right direction and make cabochons out of them, both tumbled and freestyle and actual shaped cabochons, to see if I can get the best out of each piece of obsidian. That will be a lot of fun. I know Rusty and Ruby are itching to get out and go on some adventures. It's been a long time. We'll get there. Everything in its time, everything in its season. And if you're always looking ahead, you're not going to be enjoying where you're at. So you might as well enjoy and make the most of where you're at. I'll be putting out a couple more videos. I thought I'd do one on my collection and just show you the system that I have for my little rock shop and why I do that in another video coming up. And also I wanted to show you a little project I've been working on some agate that we found over at Graveyard Point. In the meantime, may the Lord bless you.